In a quiet village at the edge of an ancient forest lived a young man named Leo. Though his life was unremarkable, Leo's heart was filled with a longing for adventure and fame. Yet he spent his days drifting, filling his hours with distractions and idle talk of big dreams, assuming time was limitless. Leo's grandfather, Arthur, was the village clockmaker and owner of a charming little shop called Arthur's Timeless Wonders. Arthur was known for his beautiful handcrafted clocks, each ticking in a unique rhythm, echoing wisdom about the fleeting nature of time. But to Leo and other young villagers, his warnings about the value of time often sounded like a broken record, words from another era, with little relevance to their lives. One cool autumn afternoon, Leo decided to visit his grandfather's shop, curious to see Arthur's latest creation. The shop was a cozy space filled with clocks of every size and shape, each ticking softly, filling the air with a rhythmic lullaby. As Leo entered, Arthur greeted him with a warm smile. "Ah, Leo, right on time." Arthur gestured for Leo to come closer and handed him a small velvet box. Inside, Leo found a polished silver pocket watch, its surface smooth and gleaming, with a single word engraved on its back: "Cherish." "It's more than just a watch," Arthur said, his voice soft but steady. "This watch doesn't merely tell the time, it holds time." Leo raised an eyebrow, confused. "What does that mean?" Arthur's eyes twinkled with a mysterious light. "This watch will store time you spend with purpose, kindness, or love. Each second you use meaningfully will be recorded here, and one day it will give back those moments as memories and wisdom. But if you waste your time, the watch will remain empty. It's a gift, Leo, but also a reminder." With a shrug, Leo pocketed the watch, thanking his grandfather. He didn't fully understand what Arthur meant, but he figured he'd keep it as a token, perhaps a future heirloom. Days passed, and Leo fell back into his usual routine. He spent hours scrolling through his phone, chatting idly, filling his days with tasks that held little meaning. The watch sat forgotten in his pocket, ignored and unused, until one afternoon when he ran into his childhood friend, Elise. Elise was different from Leo. Her days were spent helping at the village school, caring for her younger siblings, and supporting her family. Despite her busy schedule, Elise always seemed at peace, her life filled with a quiet sense of purpose. Spotting the watch in Leo's hand, Elise asked, "What's that?" "It's something my grandfather gave me," he said with a laugh. "Supposedly it stores time or something." Intrigued, Elise suggested he try it out. She invited him to help her at the school the next day, and to his surprise, Leo agreed. Spending the day teaching children, helping Elise organize activities, and seeing the joy on their faces made Leo feel something he hadn't felt in a long time: fulfillment. When he returned home, he pulled out the watch. The once empty face was now faintly glowing, the hands having moved forward by a few minutes. He couldn't believe his eyes. Excited, Leo rushed to his grandfather. Arthur nodded knowingly. "You've started filling it, Leo. Keep going, and you'll see its true magic." Leo felt a spark of inspiration. Over the next few weeks, he joined Elise on various projects, helping elderly neighbors, planting a community garden, even organizing a local charity event. Each moment he spent helping others and creating something meaningful seemed to make the watch grow warmer, its hands ticking forward with every action. One day, after a long day of work at the village library, which Elise had helped set up, Leo looked at his watch and noticed it was nearly halfway filled. The glow was brighter now, like a beacon of purpose guiding him forward. For the first time he realized that time wasn't something to be wasted or taken for granted. It was a gift, something to be cherished and used wisely. Years went by, and Leo became known for his compassion and dedication. He traveled from village to village, teaching others, building community projects, and lending a helping hand wherever he could. With each person he met and each story he heard, His watch grew heavier with memories. Every tick represented a moment he had spent with purpose, a second he had truly lived. When he finally returned to his village, Leo was no longer the aimless young man he had once been. He was older, wiser, his heart full of stories and experiences. Elise, now married and with a family of her own, welcomed him back with open arms. Together, they reminisced about their shared journey, watching as a new generation grew up in the village. One evening, Leo visited his grandfather's grave, carrying the watch in his hand. His grandfather had passed away a few years earlier, leaving his shop and legacy to Leo. Standing there, Leo Eli